everyone, welcome back to my channel. And if you guys have been here from the very beginning, you might recognize this bedroom, or maybe you don't because it has changed quite a bit. And I know I haven't really done room tours, house tour, or anything since Gary has moved in, like the after part, but it's just because not everything is done and I'd hate to just keep putting it out in like these little bits and pieces. So I want everything to be done before I actually go ahead and do the room tours. So here's a sneak peek of my new room, mine and Gary's room. And if you've never been to my channel before, this is a whole new setup for you and I'm a whole new face for you. My name is Kat. This is my channel called A Gut Feeling. And this is my main channel where I talk about gastroparesis and spreading awareness about this very unknown disorder. And if you don't know what gastroparesis is, I will link my original first video down in the description below. It goes into much deeper details, but a really quick synopsis of what the disorder is. It's a chronic stomach disorder. Gastroparesis basically translates into paralyzed stomach or digestive system. And what it means is that people who suffer with gastroparesis cannot digest foods and liquids at a normal rate and sometimes not at all. This causes debilitating symptoms like nausea, vomiting, abdominal pain, stomach bloating, malnutrition. The list goes on and on. Also, it's kind of perfect that my hair turned out more of like a green color because if you didn't know, August is officially and nationally Gastroparesis Awareness Month. That is amazing recognition. You guys don't even know the kind of validation that just comes with being nationally recognized. Anyways, let's get on into this week's video. So I asked a bunch of you all on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Twitter, Instagram, Facebook.
Oh, I can see like the light in your eyeballs.
That's what my grandma says.
Oh, that's so sweet.
You want some wine?
Yeah, I did.
Does this girl need wine, guys?
Yes. I thought you were going to bring me some. I thought that's where you went.
I had a poop.
Oh, me too. So I asked you guys some commonly hurtful things that have been said to you by strangers, loved ones, and healthcare professionals. And because I'm 27 and archaic as fuck, I wrote everything down in my handy dandy book and not on my phone. And I got a good like 4 pages of comments from you guys, which is great, but on the other hand is really, really sad. This is from Cynthia. She had someone tell her, "You are so lucky you don't have to work." So many people get this comment when you're chronically ill and are forced to have to leave your job. What people don't understand is that we want to be able to work. We want to contribute to society, yet it's almost impossible to be able to push through nausea or pain and to push through the day when you feel like absolute shit. And what people don't understand is that if you do get disability, it's not a lot of money. You can barely, just barely get by on disability. So no, we aren't lucky that we can't work. It's not that we don't work, it's that we can't physically or even mentally work. This one's from Brandy. If you believed in God harder and prayed harder, you never would have needed TPN. So first thing, if you don't know what TPN is, that is an acronym for Total Parenteral Nutrition. Total Parenteral? Parental. Perinatal. Anyways, it's basically a feeding tube, to put into layman's terms. It's a feeding tube that goes directly into your bloodstream through an artery. Brandy told me that this stranger had come up to her and asked her about her port, which is a part of the system that feeds you the nutrition using TPN. And she told this man, and he ended up giving her a Bible verse in return. When she got home, she read this Bible verse, and it basically said this, that she needed to believe harder and pray harder, and all things would be healed through God. Huh? I do not and will never understand this mentality, ever. What about children? Completely pure, completely innocent babies that are born with bone cancer. Do you think that they should just pray a little bit harder? Maybe their bone cancer would go away? How ignorant do you have to be to believe that bullshit? I just want to say, faith is so beautiful. It's between you and it's between your God. Me personally, I have such an issue with organized religion. That's another discussion for another day though. From D'Artagnan, you need to eat healthy stuff. Now, I understand a lot of people that don't have gastroparesis don't understand when we eat healthy versus eating junk. I've had so many people, friends, family, loved ones, try and tell me that if you just ate a salad, you'd feel better. If you just ate more fruit, you'd feel better. You need to eat healthy stuff is ignorant, and it's damaging to people that have gastroparesis, because a lot of what you normal people might deem as healthy and good cannot be digested in our bodies. We cannot have vegetables. We just can't. It's not easily digested. I can't have a whole apple. I can't have skins on apples. That's a healthy food, but I can't digest that. I have to have applesauce. Because I don't want to rant for too long about it, but don't tell someone that they just need to be eating healthy, because healthy food causes us so much more pain than, unfortunately, eating certain junk foods. Believe me, we don't understand why. It is frustrating for us too. This one is from Billy. This is from her ex-husband. Someone that loved her for a very long time said this: "You're faking your gastroparesis." And that's not even getting into the whole story for poor Billy. Like, I can't believe what she's going through right now. And it's not something that we needed to discuss here because it's her personal business, but just the fact that their relationship didn't work out, and now her husband, ex-husband, is going around trying to say that she's faking her illness and faking this and lying about that and just trying to demean her and to grade her and to make her look terrible in everybody else's eyes, just because he's insecure and he's little and has a tiny penis probably. That's all I have to say on that. Ooh, so these next ones are from Saren. I hope I said that right. Saren? Or is it Sharon? It's spelled S-E-R-I-N. I love the name and I think it's Saren. "This will cure your disease." In reference to anybody coming up to giving advice about, you should eat this, it will cure it. You should do this, it will cure it. There's no cure for gastroparesis. You should just exercise. Try eating more fruits and veggies. Oh, this one's hilarious. "You shouldn't go to the hospital as much. You'll feel better." What? Don't go to the hospital. When you feel like shit and are starving and dying and throwing up constantly, just don't go to the hospital. You'll just feel so much better if you just don't. I don't even know how to fathom, I can't even fathom that. I don't even know how to answer or reply to that. How do you, yeah, just like Saren said, all you can do is laugh because it's just so absurd and it makes no sense. And I just love that people think that, like, they actually say these things. These have come from the mouths of people, from the brains of people. This one is from Heather. "Nothing's wrong with you. It's all in your head." And honestly, even if it's in your head, okay, maybe it is in my head. That doesn't mean that everything is fine. I never understood that either. It's all in your head. Yes, well, I have depression and anxiety. You're correct. It is in my head. Also, your brain is connected to absolutely everything in your body. So sure, it could be rooted back into our brain and into our head. Doesn't mean that it's not valid. From Monica: "You haven't thrown up, so you're fine." What? No, maybe she just doesn't have high symptoms of vomiting. I don't vomit as much anymore. Thanks, baby. I got my wine. This one's from Cassandra: "Other people have it worse." I don't give a if people have it worse than me. You think that makes anybody feel better? That's just saying, like, you can't be happy because somebody else is happier.
The fuck?
This one is from Mark, my Uncle Mark. You seem to be doing so much better. Why can't you go on a 15-mile hike? Yeah, you get better and people just automatically start to think that, oh, well, you should be able to do this and you should be able to do that, and why can't you do this now? You know, even my mom and I have discussed that she's been a culprit of it too, that even though I don't have my feeding tube and I don't always verbally complain about me feeling bad, unless it's a really bad moment, she almost forgets that I do still have nausea, I do still have pain. It's just the whole thing about I am better than before, but I'm still not 100% normal. This one is from Carol Ann for her daughter. Her daughter gets told she's an addict by the doctor as he mistakenly sees her desperation for "please help me" as "give me a fix." They do not understand gastroparesis here. And I believe Carol Ann and her daughter are actually in the UK, but they don't understand gastroparesis here in the United States either. And that's the saddest thing. I mean, it hurts when your family and your loved ones say things like this, and of course when a stranger says it, but when it's your healthcare professional, when it's your doctor, somebody that's supposed to be taking care of you, that you are supposed to be able to trust, and they're turning around and calling you an addict and a drug seeker and don't want to help you because of that, it's just so sad. You're a healthcare professional. Like, why are you in this industry if you're going to just write people off? So a couple of things that I have heard from people, and some of these come off as compliments and people think they're being nice, and you know, people think they're just being concerned, but some of these just come off like really douchebaggery-ish? I don't know the word. They just come off really bad and hurtful. After I gained some weight, I've been getting lots of comments of, wow, you look great. It's great to see you with, looks so good to see you with some meat on your bones. I understand that seems like such an innocent comment, right? And like it wouldn't be hurtful. And I try not to take things to heart as much anymore because I've had so many people say such ridiculous and ignorant things to me. But this kind of bothered me because I am insecure about my weight loss, and even though I am at 110 pounds still, I am always so terrified that I could lose that really quickly, because I can lose weight like that and it's so hard for me to gain it back. It took a whole year and a feeding tube for me to be able to gain this weight back. On one hand, it's really great to hear because it's a compliment saying that I look good, but on the other hand, it's like I have to be curvy and have meat on to be validated and to feel beautiful. My mom has told me she's had coworkers that have asked outright if I have an eating disorder. Tons of people and doctors have tried to say it's in my head, it's an eating disorder, you know, I'm doing it on purpose. Because yes, I purposely don't want to indulge in all of the foods that normal people can indulge in, and yes, I want to be able to pretend, and I'm not even pretending, go and throw up 8 times in the bathroom in the morning. Ooh, so this one has always stuck with me. It's probably one of the worst things someone has told me, and it was from a nurse practitioner. She told me to put my big girl panties on and pull myself up by my bootstraps. Even though I was vomiting multiple times a day, I had lost 30 pounds in a month, but she thought it was my fault and that I needed to just get over it. A doctor said that to me instead of actually giving me suggestions on how to help myself. Let's say it is a mental disorder. Let's say it's my depression or anxiety. Why would you ever tell anybody in that position that they just need to get the fuck over it and pull up their bootstraps? Pull yourself up by your bootstraps. What does that even fucking mean? You can't pull up somebody physically by their bootstraps. SD card got full again because I like to talk for forever. So something I've heard from various nurses and doctors and healthcare professionals is If you're smiling and making jokes, then it can't hurt that bad, or you can't be that sick. And you'd think if you're a nurse or a doctor that you'd understand that someone that has a chronic illness and somebody that lives with these symptoms kind of gets used to it. And the kind of person that I am, I hate making other people feel uncomfortable because I'm uncomfortable. So even when I'm in pain or nauseated, I try and make light of the entire situation. I'm always trying to crack and make jokes. So these two are from Leah. Leah? Leah. There's no way you're disabled with a body like that. That's right. Hot, sexy people can never be disabled. They're always healthy. 100%. This one's from Jade. Anytime someone suggests an alternative medicine, girl, yes. Aromatherapy, what are those things? You know, essential oils. Fuck, essential oils. God. Okay, I kind of love essential oils. Like, I love the lavender. I find it is calming. But that's not going to help my pain and my nausea. Katarina says, stop being so dramatic. People are assholes. These ones are from Anna. You're not anxious. That's a natural part of evolution. You just need to go outside. I have OCD too. I hate when my room is messy. I definitely relate to that with like fatigue syndrome.
I'm tired too. I only slept 4 hours.
Okay, come back to me when you've slept like 10 hours and still have fatigue issues. These ones are from Beth. I wish you weren't sick. It has just made my life so much harder. The you I fell in love with was fun, not this. Oh my god. You think your life is fucking hard? Okay, I don't want to invalidate partners of people with chronic illnesses because I understand that it is difficult to be with someone that has a chronic illness, but they feel just as bad. They are mourning their old self way more than you mourn their old self. And just saying things like that is not helpful. That would make me cry. If Gary told me that, I would cry my eyes out. I'm so sorry, Beth. You know, I wish I wasn't sick either. But this one's from Lauren. You should be ashamed for using disabled parking spots. And she gets this because she is young. Do people not realize that the only way you can get disabled parking is you have to go through a doctor and it has to be mandated? They don't just give them out willy-nilly. I mean, kind of reminds me of the time that it was right after I got my feeding tube. We had gone to Colonial Williamsburg to walk around, but I was in so much pain I couldn't really walk, so we ended up getting me a motorized wheelchair. I got so many dirty looks, and two of these women actually came out of the store and said, that's not really for you, is it? And I looked at them and I was like, yes, it is. And they're like, you're too young to need that. And in the moment, I just kind of laughed and didn't respond to them. But I wish I had said so many things. Like, I wish I just lifted up my shirt and been like, oh, really? Look at this. Like, do I really need to prove to you that I have to have this item to help me get around and to enjoy my day? This one's from Whitney. You just need to lose weight. Then all your health problems will be better. So this is on the other side of the spectrum, where instead of comments about being so skinny and you're just bones, now you have people and doctors that invalidate you because you're overweight. So there's no way you could be sick because you're overweight. It's just because you eat too much. It's not that you have a thyroid issue or even sufferers with gastroparesis. There are people who lose weight and there are people who gain weight, but they still are throwing up. They're still dying from malnutrition. You don't have to look a certain way to be deemed unhealthy. Everybody, this is Finn, my cat. One of my cats. He's the baby boy. Need some more wine fuel. Oh, hi. Anyway, so I have a few more that I just need to say. Oh, you are so sweet right now. This one is from Whitney. I can't prescribe you anything like that. Just go to physical therapy. So again, this is doctors not wanting to prescribe painkillers or something that might actually give somebody relief because of the stigma around them now, and thinking that physical therapy and just pain acceptance is what it's called now. Instead of pain management, they're doing pain acceptance. Is what it is. Pain acceptance my ass. Right, Finn? You know, a lot of people that rely on medical marijuana, they hear things like, you're vomiting because of your medical marijuana use. Despite the fact that they never used medical marijuana until after they got sick. I mean, it's their only sense of relief. Another commonly hurtful thing that's said that doesn't sound like it would be hurtful is, are you better yet? Are you better now? When you have a chronic illness, I think I've talked about this before, but the term better is so subjective. What does better really mean? You know, I have a lot of family that say, are you better? And I don't know how to answer them. It's a really hard question. Anyways, those are all of the comments that I got from everybody, and included my own comments as well. Thanks everyone that was able to comment and write in. You know, I'm really sorry that you all can relate to me and have had people say just horrible, downright mean and invalidating things to you all. I've had the same exact thing. Anyways, let me know down in the comments if any of you relate or have heard some of the same bullshit things said to you by loved ones, strangers, healthcare professionals. If you guys like this video, please don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Also hit that notification bell so you know every time I post. Thanks for checking in, guys. I'll catch you in the next vlog.
Say bye to everybody. Say bye, everybody.